Yo! How's it going, everyone?
What's up, guys?
Welcome to Fangame Marathon 2018. It is 10 a.m. and we're doing great.
We got tons of sleep and we are ready to kick this marathon off. Hope you guys are excited.
Tons of sleep, no tech issues to start out, so everything's basically perfect. Couldn't have asked for anything better.
And we're getting Wolfie here in a minute, so...
Yep, we're about to kick it off with the first run of the marathon from the one and only Wolfiexe, or Wolfiexe. And he's going to be running I Wanna Be the Ocean Princess any percent. So, let's hop on over to that, let Wolfie introduce himself, and here we go. Yep, you are now good.
I am.
Wolfie.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
It's going great. Feel rested, ready for life and everything.
Everyone excited? For 4 days of non-stop Fangames, or somewhere around that time estimate?
Yeah. June 8th through the 11th with bonus stream on the 12th.
Awesome. So much content.
So I can let you get started whenever you're ready to go. We'll kick off this marathon, you'll make a great run, and you'll set a new record.
Right, okay. Well, the timer starts after I put my name in, so for the sake of the run, we'll call ourselves FM 2018, and if we get any records, then we'll let that live in the leaderboards for a bit.
Legendary.
Alright.
Alright.
Do you want to give me a countdown, or should I give you a countdown?
Yeah, sure, I'll do the countdown. Let's get it started right. Alright, on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright.
Have a good run.
Thank you. Alright. How's it going, guys? So, welcome to Fangame Marathon 2018. As you probably know me, I'm Wolfiexe. I'm running Ocean Princess today. The first run of the marathon, sorry. First runs of the marathons have had a tendency to go pretty well, so I'd like to think this will go well as well. This is a long game, so although my estimate is actually pretty, it's pretty lenient considering what my PB is now, so we'll see how this goes. I'll try and explain stuff. There's a lot of stuff in this game, there's all sorts of gimmicks. Each stage has like a different theme, a boss, a bunch of like different little tricks here and there, and a bunch of Easter eggs too. So if we finish in time, I'll have a bunch of stuff to show at the end. So hopefully we don't go too overestimate. Fingers crossed we should be well underneath, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, so this is Ocean Princess. The actual story of this game is you play as Miku here. But for the sake of my runs, I tend not to play as Miku because it's a bit harder to sort of tell where the hitbox is, and I'm just more used to the kid. You can also play as Luca, Rin, and Gumi, but yeah, we play as the kid here. The kid is actually the villain of the story, but in our minds he's a good guy. He does what he needs to do. Yeah, so I'm going to be playing as the kid for the most part. Hopefully that doesn't upset the creator's original intention. This game is made by Karath. So if you have any giant opinions about the game, then make sure he hears them. And yeah, so this is the first stage of the game. The platforming in this game is mainly sort of like needle-centric, built around different gimmicks. First stage being waterfalls, which push you down. You can't jump up in them. You try, you just fall and die like that. And blocks. You can block off the water flow by putting the blocks in certain places, like that. So this first stage is actually kind of puzzly, which, if you know me, you'll know that I have problems with puzzles. As you just saw, I already had to reset, so. But the idea is you just have to sort of manage your way around, block off certain paths and, you know, such and such. There's a couple of long saves in the first stage, which I can lose a bit of time on. But this is usually a pretty consistent stage for the most part. I kind of hope not to lose too much time. Whilst it's not entirely likely I'll PB, but it could happen. We'll see what happens anyway. Hey man, there's some puzzles in this game that require a high amount of IQ. So, don't be surprised if I don't first try all of them. There's even a puzzly boss, so get excited for that. Also worth noting is that the water here refreshes your double jump, which is really, really nice. It makes a couple of segments actually really fun and easier, which would otherwise be probably impossible. Each stage is roughly around the same length, although there are a few exceptions. I think this stage has 10 screens. We're on, I don't know, 5, 6 at the moment. I really don't know. I don't know the counts. That's fine. And there are a couple of skips as well. Oops. Sorry, I'm warming up my brain. Give me... You'll have to let me off if I die at the moment, because I'm getting used to the, you know, the high action gameplay. Ooh, okay. Yeah, worth noting, obviously, you don't want to push the blocks together, otherwise you're kind of screwed. You gotta reset. That was a little bit close. Yeah, the main premise of the game is the Vocaloids... Well, like I said, the kid is the villain. The Vocaloids are meant to try and, like, basically close the portal of where the infinite source of kids are coming from. And, you know, live a nice, peaceful life. But the fact that we're actually playing as the kid kind of ruins the immersion a bit. So you'll just have to use your imagination. And imagine that I'm actually playing as Miku or something. Alright, first skip of the game coming up. So on this screen, it was a slight oversight, which allows you to skip the entire save. And just do that. Which is quite nice because, well, I've actually never done that save the normal way. First time around I did the Super F, and then I was told you can do that. It's like, oh. Awesome. So that's that. There's another little skip on this screen. It's more of like a slight time save. We'll see if we get it first try. I mean, a lot of the platforming in this isn't necessarily easy. It gets pretty hard later on too. But fortunately I have a cheat sheet prepared for some puzzles. So we'll be fine. So you can skip a cycle here, or a jump, by doing that jump there. It saves you having to push the block to the left first. You can just go straight up and push it to the right, and then head to the end. It saves about, I don't know, 5 seconds-ish, give or take. I'm not entirely sure. Something like that. This is the final screen of the stage. So here we use the water to sort of like climb up. It's like the hardest save in the stage, probably. I've been known to choke the end of this. I was going to say in a lot of runs, but I usually reset, so... Yeah, there you go. Alright, so coming to the first boss of the game. Worth mentioning, this game gives you the option of fighting bosses via iframes or using like a mashing technique. If you use mashing, the iframes are a lot smaller, but it has more HP. So I actually do mashing for the majority of bosses in the game, barring like 1 or 2. Well, it's more of like a K2 kind of mash. Like it's not Boshy style. But It does help a bit. So this is Ammo Weapon. If you played Final Fantasy VI, you might recognize this guy. He has, I think, 5 different attacks you can cycle through. All FF related. And after 3 attacks, he does Flare, which you can't damage him during this, so you just have to kind of sit through it. Also, at 40 HP, he will do Graviga, so that was actually pretty good timing. Bad attack though. Okay. And vanish again. Okay. Alright. So that was the first boss. Nothing too crazy. Don't think that was a stage record. At the end of each stage, it will display like a leaderboard, saying like the fastest time, and like the lowest deaths, and like the lowest jump count as well. So there's like a big like level of competition with this game, if you want to like optimize certain stages. We'll see if we get any by the end. Not sure how likely that is given marathon look and nerves, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, so this stage, as you may have guessed, the main standard gimmick here is just jump refreshers. Although there's something more that we'll get into a few more screens in. But early on it's just jump refresher, sort of base needle platforming. Nothing too bad again, there's a couple of tricky jumps. There's a little skip here if you do a 16 pixel, which I'll try. Nice, alright. Good times. Ah, damn it. Yeah, so this stage is... This always feels shorter to me than the first stage. I think the saves just go by a bit faster. There's less sort of puzzle elements to them. Although in a couple of screens' time there'll be something new. Oh yeah, I should mention the stars. So you might have noticed there's a couple of stars here and there. So there are like collectibles in this game. If you collect half of the stars, then there will be a secret, a surprise, after the game. Which if I have time I'll showcase, because it's actually a really, really cool little bonus. Damn it. But you only need half of them. Which is nice, because sometimes there's a star that you just don't want to go for, and you don't have to get the bonus stuff. Alright, thank you. Dying at the end of that screen always kind of takes the wind out of your sails. It's kind of long. Oops. And the impossible drop that I never seem to first try. I died on this like 8 times during practice for some reason. Not entirely sure why. But hey, it happens. There are, and I mean don't quote me on this even though you should really, because I should know. I think there are 40 stars in this game. Yeah, okay, other people are saying 40. I'm probably right, thank god. Okay. Yeah, there are 40 stars, you only need 20 to unlock the bonus at the end. Alright, so this is the other thing, you get like a little bow and arrow. Also you can shoot Miku, which I'll do because I'm playing as a kid and I'm evil, apparently. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so this gimmick, you shoot, well you can either destroy the pink blocks, and if you're far enough from the wood tiles, you can shoot like a little platform inside them, which you can use to get around. You can only do it though when you're far enough away, so you can't like, you actually have to like skirt around to get the distance. Alright, hello? Thank you. Alright. Another little skip here. Usually you'd have to sort of do a few cycles here. But if you fire 2 here, at the very, very edge, you actually full jump just straight up. Which is nice, saves a bit of time. And then we all like saving time. It's a speedrun marathon after all. Mostly. Oops, didn't die at the final jump. Yeah, I play as the kid because if I play as the Vocaloid characters, the hitbox is a bit unclear for me sometimes, and it makes the needle harder. I'd recommend casually playing through as Miku, just for the full immersion. But yeah, for speedruns I choose to just play as the kid for familiarity's sake. I think I do the corner just because. Actually, forgot where I was going there, but we turned around in time. Nice. Yeah, it's nice that you get a bit of freedom if you're to play as. If you don't like any Vocaloids, then you get to play as the kid, which is, you know, everyone likes the kid. Little bow tie, or his bow, even. That one to refresh. Oh yeah, worth mentioning, I added a Wolfiexe abort to FFZ for this run, so feel free to abort all you like. Use it wisely, for it is a great power. Okay, skip that little wood tile there. Oops. That is a lot of abort, wow. Alright, final stream before the boss. The boss, honestly, kills all my runs. My PB, and this game isn't optimized yet, by the way, at all, in terms of speedrun. But my PB loses like almost 2 minutes on the boss, so. Having said that, if we first try the boss, we'll actually be ahead, so. Fingers crossed, let's go. So this is the Phoenix. He only has 7 HP, no way, that's easy. Well, he never actually comes down, so you can never hit the bloody guy. He does one normal, sort of easy attack, and then he cycles through 4 different attacks. You have to do all of them at least once per fight. This is probably the second hardest one. Okay, then he comes down. You can shoot him once, and twice. And then you gotta wait again. And the cycle continues. So here there's 2 attacks. This one, or, well, another one. Usually you can just stand there and avoid it. Thankfully the fire doesn't kill you. Do the fires. This attack can be kind of mean, but usually it's fine. And this is one of those times. So again, we get another 2 hits in. Dude, 7 times harder than Sans, exactly. The hardest enemy of all. Alright, so this is other attack, and it's pattern for the most part. He does that and then spawns a little guy there, you just kill him fast, and that's it. You want that one over the other one, just in case, because the other one's RNG. And this is his hardest attack, which I die on too much. He kinda gives me the jimmies on this. That was fine though. Get 2 more hits in. And 1 more hits. He's doing the pattern one again, nice. So he's gonna do the final attack now, the ring attack. The ring attack I can die to. I probably won't, but you know. RNG. Yeah, I mean it's really not too bad. Alright, y'all ready for this sick movement tech? Dang. Alright, I've kind of messed this up. Can never optimize that. Alright, so stage 3. So the gimmick here is bombs. You can hold on, you can kind of cook a bomb for 3 seconds before you let it go and it blows up. You can also just drop them as well. There's actually one skip immediately here. You cook it and jump on 1 second. Blow those 2 up and skip the entire bottom section. That is probably the only skip that I actually use in the stage. Actually, no, that's not true. I actually found a skip this morning So good timing there on this screen. Right, so right here, usually go up top and go around, but I do a similar kind of thing. Let's see how many tries it takes. Ah. Got a bit too early here. Oh my god. Alright, well, there you go. Saves you going all the way around. I mean, I'm not going to say that didn't happen in practice like 10 times, but... Alright, you know what? I don't like that skip. I'm going to bail out on that one. Found it this morning, was like, alright, this is pretty cool. But like, to be honest, not worth. Let that be a lesson. If you find a skip on the day that you're going to do a big run, consider it. Don't go all in. But yeah, you can do it at least. At the very least, I proved that much. There are probably a few more skips like that. Is that too far away? No. In the stage, but I mean, I haven't really found that many. I welcome anyone to come and find more skips for me, because the speedrunning community for this game is lonely, only being the only full game runner. Plenty of people have done stage runs because of the in-game leaderboards. But at the moment, I'm the only one who's actually done a full run. And has, well, or just done full runs in general. So please join me. Give me some company. Alright. So I do kind of like a skip here, but it's not really a skip. It just skips on landing. I actually find it easier to do it that way, so this is a really fun jump. Kind of drop it as it, well, jump away and drop it as it's about to blow. It's so fun. I'm gonna do it twice actually. Hope you don't mind. I really like this jump. Yeah, we're good now. We can progress. Actually, you know what? Actually, I want to do it again. Ah. Such a good jump, man. Alright, we've had enough for now, so we'll move on. Alright, this screen is home. Actually, you know what? I'll do one attempt at the ceiling double diamond, because I did it first playthrough and didn't realize. So let's give it one try. Dang. I believed. Alright, never mind. First playthrough I actually managed to do that. After messing up the strats. First try is Luca. Would recommend trying it. Maybe it's just the lucky Luca. I don't know. You could cook bombs here and make this a bit faster, but I kind of prefer not to, just to make it a bit safer. Because if you mess up your bonk jump, then you kind of panic. Oh dear. Okay, we're fine. See, by like pre-cooking the bombs, you kind of give yourself like, it's faster, but it's also more panicky. So it's really like your call when you're running the stage, how kind of like optimized you want to be with the bombs. Nice. Swell. Dandy. Yeah, so you see there's more stars here. Some of the bonus stars actually come, like, are sort of like these own little mini puzzles. I think that one up there is sort of like a block puzzle. You have to figure out which ones to destroy, which ones to leave alone. I probably struggled on it a lot. Dude, this save always gives me trouble. This is one of those saves that doesn't look that hard, but I have an issue with it for some reason. Thank you. Alright. The run can go on. Impossible save, man. Alright, so yeah, not much to say about this stage really, other than this. It's just the bomb gimmick and like the destroyable blocks. It's a pretty cool stage for speedruns because you have a lot of control over how fast you can do, like, the, you know, making the explosions optimized by holding them early. But I went a bit too early there. Honestly, this is probably one of my weaker stages, purely because there's like a couple of saves I just always fall apart on. Coincidentally, the boss is also something. But you'll see all about that soon, when the save gives me a free pass. That's not how bombs work, neither is that. Oh, come on now. Thank you. Dude, the god. Alright, this is the good old save 3, not save 3, stage 3. Dude, how come bombs keep on falling on that little ledge? Thank you. Okay. Oh, okay. I mean, like, fair enough, I guess. We all have one of those saves, and for me, this is that one. Also, that's gonna happen every time, isn't it? Thank you. Perfect. Splendid. All right, let's leave this screen behind if we can soon. Dude, the bombs never take the right line. It's the killer of this stage. Alright, so there are, I think, 3 screens left in this stage. I'll do the obligatory 1 frame there, just because. Doesn't feel right otherwise. This ending part here on the right is kind of like a puzzle. Just to like figure out which ones to leave a I was gonna say alive, but I'm not quite sure where these actually are alive in the first place. Probably not. Okay. Very nice. That ending jump can be a bit tricky sometimes. You gotta kind of line it up. But yeah, Karath made this. I saw someone asked. He actually did. Like, if anyone's interested in anything you see in this game, but you don't like sort of like the idea of getting there. Also, corner skip, by the way. Karath actually put up a completed save file on Delfruits. Hello? Okay. Dude. Bear with me for a moment while I do an impossible corner, apparently. Okay then. Alrighty. I'm going to assume I've just used all of my bad corner luck, and we'll first try the only remaining one in the run. Anyway, as I was saying, Karath has a completed save file on the review page of Delfruit for this game. So if you are interested in anything you see in this, but you don't want to play the rest of the game, that might interest you. But I would recommend playing the game anyway. It's worth your time. Especially if you like long needle adventures, or needle-based adventures. Come on. A final jump can be a bit of a pain sometimes. Ha! Keep on jumping a bit too soon. Needless to say, this isn't the best stage 3 I've ever had. But we'll make up for that later. It's fine. Oh my god. Yeesh. Come on. Old pal. Alright, so that was tricky. Anyway, we're at the boss now, so leave that behind us. This is the Frost Guardian. Oh boy. So to hit this guy, you need to bomb the 4 like nymphs on the screen, one in each corner, and then his shield lowers just for a moment so you can hit him once. And repeat the cycle, so on and so forth. Feels Needleman. Honestly, and I'm just gonna say this now, I really suck at this boss. It's probably my worst boss in the game. Just so it's out there. So you can like pog jump if I first try it, even though it's not actually that difficult compared to other bosses. Or Baby Rage if I don't. Just so we're out there, got the ground rules down. Okay, he's not doing the aimed attack quite yet. It's around this time when you really just don't want to choke it. Oh, whoops. I actually just jumped into a spike. Okay. I mean, alright, Baby Ridge. You know the drill. You might think, oh wow, how unfortunate. But that is actually a regular occurrence. So I'm actually not beat up about it, that's pretty normal. That's pretty much standard. So, this is fine. If I die anywhere in this boss, it will be at the end on 1 HP with 1 nymph left. I guarantee you. Like right here, there's no risk of death. Like, nothing can kill me. Okay, I lied, I'm scared. Get out of here. I see the arrows early. The aimed arrows are really inconvenient, especially if they stay here. That was unfortunate. I'm not really sure what to do when the arrows are down there. I think I just took too long getting around. Alright. This is fine. Always unlucky. You needed exactly that RNG for lethal. Alright, 3rd time's the charm. Yeah, the arrows are like the reason why this boss is hard. Because you can't tell when they're gonna fire, and it's also really awkward. Because if you're going around along the ground and they stay on the ground, you know, it's... Oh. It's just awkward. Hang on. I almost died, so I'm having sort of like an out-of-body experience here. Keep on doing this. This is fine. Please. I would quite like that. Oh, you know. Alright. Dude, he always top decks the perfect RNG every time. Alright, anyway. So that was boss 3. Right, so this is the trial stage. This is actually a really cool stage. There are 5 different trials. 6 different trials. You only need to do 5 of them to progress. Each trial has a different gimmick. So, this one. Wherever you move, it sort of creates shadow clones in your path, which kill you, so you need to be careful about your steps. And sort of find like a good route around the screen. Damn it. So when you get all the items, the clones all despawn. That's only really that's only really relevant for this screen though. Oh. Nice. Because on the next screens, there are multiple saves, so doing all in one go is a bit harder. Alright. Although doing this screen in one save feels really, really good, it's also unlikely. And actually harder, because then you're not on the same cycle as normal. Yeah, we just reset to make it easier. So you sort of have to think about how you're using your jumps, and leave them in a place where you think it won't sort of get in the way. I think so. Actually looks very pretty. Very, nice little pattern. You know, I feel like that might be a common theme of this run. Alright. Each of these trials is only 3 screens long, so they're not too long. Just long enough for you to sort of get a taste of the gimmick and enjoy it, and then get out before it gets too hard. If I did this right, well, never mind. It'll still be a little gap I squeeze through here. But if you do all this in one go, it makes the ending part a bit easier, because then all of the clones will disappear upon reaching the final item, which makes getting to the exit that little bit easier. Alright. So that was the first trial. This one... What's this one? Ah yes. This one is the labyrinth. You have to guide the ball to the end. Every time you shoot, it sort of tries to go to your position, but because it's behind a wall, it can't. So you gotta go sort of guide it around. That... okay. Did you have to go that far? That's fine. So if anyone has their LOS hypes ready, they will be useful in a moment. Alright. Oops. So again, only 3 screens. So the worth mentioning here is the green spikes don't kill me, but they will kill the ball, and vice versa. The white ones don't kill the ball, but they do kill me. So it's kind of about managing the two. Also, shoutouts to the music in this stage. Alright. Oh. Up. Okay. As a wise man once said, sometimes the ball has a tendency to go kind of artificial idiot and do very, very weird things. Which mainly happens on the next screen, where it can get stuck inside a wall and just bug out completely. But hopefully that doesn't happen. This is a pretty tricky drop. Alright. Yeah, so if you actually leave the ball next to the wall here, like right there, it just bugs out and gets stuck inside the wall. Would not recommend. Does not work out. Also, I think I forgot to mention, you can actually pick up the ball and carry it with you, which makes this save a bit easier in parts. Ah. This is fine. It's not fine. This is the hardest save of the labyrinth for sure. Mainly because the top parts are really, really choky. Alright. So here I just carry with me to the end. We don't really want to guide it around now, we just sort of take it with us. Kinda like that gnome in that one Half-Life game. Against all odds. Alright, so the third challenge is sort of like a switch puzzle. There are different switches. They all activate different spikes, but you need to flip them all to get to the end. I hope I remember the order, because I can't really think if I do right now. Pretty sure this is the right order. We'll find out in a moment. Also, what's nice in this game is if you save once you hit the switches, they actually stay flipped. They don't all reset, which is like the bane of my existence in many games which use this gimmick. So if I die now, they'll all stay flipped. which, you know, please do that. If anyone's gonna make a game with that gimmick, please do this. There's another star over there, which we'll neglect, sadly. Fireball Thump. This one's a bit more complicated. I have like a sort of order I do here. I get these two and then go back and save. And then I kind of have like a straightforward route for the rest of the room. Get those two. And go around for the rest. Fat face. Okay. And this is probably the simplest of the screens in terms of the route. You just go clockwise, anti-clockwise. Maybe you can go clockwise as well. I don't think you can though. Prove me wrong. Oops, missed that one. Alright, that was a decent switch hole. This one is probably the hardest of the 4 of the 6 trials for me. If you shoot a block, it rotates. Fortunately, I know a couple of good strats. This one in particular basically skips the entire bottom right hand side. So that's cool. But yeah, every time you shoot a block, it rotates at 90 degrees. You can use that to your advantage to basically get to the end. Also means there's a lot of room for strats. There are some really cool creative strats in these screens that I don't do because they're not worth the risk. But it's fun to kind of mess around with them when you get there. This part is a bit tricky sometimes. Okay. Alright. I'm always a bit worried about that save. I tend to choke it quite a bit, so... Speaking of choking, there's an even bigger save coming up. Right. Is that what you do? Yes. Sorry, the 5,000 IQ puzzles haven't really set in for me yet either. Alright, this screen. A mess. There's just all sorts of switches you need to like flip to get to the end. And it's quite long, which is always, you know, great for speedruns. Shoot that one twice, and then hopefully we don't choke the ending. Which at this point is pretty hard, but possible. And now for my favorite trial. Who likes Minesweeper? Unfortunately, because we want to go fast, we don't actually solve the Minesweeper, we just kind of do it. Oh, we'll try to. So that isn't actually there, my cursor's on it. Yeah, so normally you have to solve Minesweeper and build the screen to sort of know where the spikes are. But I've done this a lot. I sort of know the screen up by heart. So we're doing it blind. There are spikes everywhere, just take my word for it. There's a spike there. There's a spike there. There's a spike right here. I land here. Avoid that spike there. Alright. I'll try and fill you in. There's a ceiling shuriken there. Weird drop there. Low spike there. There's evidently something there, which I forgot about apparently. Bit too high that time. A little bit tricky. But this is my favorite of the trials, for sure. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, and then align with this. Don't go over. Okay. Enough plane there. 2 spikes here. Single spike there. Diagonal here. See if it all comes back to me. If I do the diagonal. Impossible blind diagonals. Baby Ridge. Is there a get here? No, there's a get there. Okay. Should know that, but oh well. Get there, 2 spikes there, single spike there. Corner here. But I think it's like a nerfed corner somehow, but it's still a corner. Full jump here, full jump there. Go here, 16 pixel here. T-bone diagonal here. Shuriken here. And easy last jump. Really, really fun trial. Alright, so we got the first avoidance of the game now. So the biggest killer for time, if I die at the end, the trap chamber. So I mean, not a whole lot to explain here, I'll just try and focus and let you enjoy the music, because it is good. These arrows can do things that I hope they don't do. We'll just see. Okay. So the drone sets. Hopefully no more spawns, please. He tried. I'll be honest, I'm usually not on the right hand side there, so that was a mistake. Whoopsie. Alright. It's alright, just more chance to listen to the music and enjoy the guitar. Yeah, I do a board out of that one, it's fine. It's I don't know, it's not an easy avoidance, but it's pretty fair. Well, I say that. You will probably get insta-kicked by the solid a few times first playthrough. This little guy. Although it does warn you, so. Honestly, like the hardest part of these arrows, the fire during this Piz, can really kind of get in your way. So I kind of hope they don't. Alright, let's try this again. So any Wings of V players might recognize this sprite. Shoutouts to Wings of V. And the hard attack. Or the scary attack, I should say. Fortunately, Never mind. I mean, I kind of... As I said, fortunately, it's like... At that moment, you knew. There's a list of words you don't say. just as a general guideline in speedruns. There's a list of words you don't say. That is one of them. Alright. Ooh. No, you don't. Sorry, just gotta really let the run sink in, the music sink in, and the run too, actually. Either or. I got both of them there. If you miss the one on the bottom right, it kinda turns into a clown fiesta. Alright. Second try is the charm. Sorry, I mean, this is still first try, so, you know, we're fine. It's like easy, but still. Dude, don't be that way. Oh, buddy. No Pusa RNG, please. Ooh, yes. I dare even say fortunately now. It's like the cursed word. Dude, one day I'm gonna hold right too long and walk at this electric gate. But today's not that day. Alright, that was... first try anyway. Nice job, me. Wow, way to go. Alright. So this game is in 3 acts. That was actually the first act of the game. So this is stage 5. If you come in this game and you are not a very confident needle player, chances are this stage will test you. This is probably the hardest needle stage in the game. Oh, well, it isn't actually. It's one of though. Especially if you're not familiar with platforms. Although I love this stage. It's really, really fun. Probably one of my favorite stages in the game. All based around platform jumps. The name of the song is Akiko by Caspian. That's your one and only song request you're getting this run. All of the music in this game is stated in the stage on the pause menu, which is really, really cool. It's a nice little quality of life feature. The platforms are the best, Cracker. Alright, there's a 2-frame skip here. Save on the very, very edge. Which I am not yet. There we go. You can start to skip that save. I've still never done that save normally, I don't think. I think I just always did the 2-frame skip. Oops. Alright, so... there is a big skip coming up. So you see all this screen? This screen that exists? And all that stuff to the left? You could do that. Or you could do this. And just like do that, and then do that. And then you're here. So now we have triple jump. And the night goes on. You know, it sunsets. So it kind of ramps up the needle a bit. The triple jump segment of the stage is probably the harder part of the stage, in my opinion. Has some of the longer and more difficult saves. Oops. Really, this drop. Okay, nice. Ah. I mean, if you're a fan of platform jumps, you will probably like this stage. Especially the final screen. Let's just like recover from this and not reset. Gotta do it on the same life. The god. Thank god it autosaves. Okay, right, let's go on. This screen is hard, actually. This screen has like one of the saves that kind of messes with me a lot. So, hopefully we first try that. Namely this save. This save is quite long. And has a couple of tricky jumps in it. Mainly the 16 pixel, but I mean, it's a 16 pixel. Or a crevasse, sorry. Or crevice, whichever you prefer. Ooh, I almost walked into that at the end. Yikes. Ooh, okay. Boy, would that have been bad. Would my face have been red? Alright, let's, we're almost at the end of the triple jump segment here. So what comes after triple jump? Who can take a guess? Also, I always... I prefer doing this with like, I think it's easy if you do this with just a full jump into it. But I prefer to do it not like that. Usually have a bit more success. Alright, so, if you guessed single jump, you were wrong. It's quad jump. Even better. So this save has a skip. Right, cancel off this. If I can get it relatively quickly. So you skip the left hand side. Pretty tricky to do, but it saves a bit of time. If you believe in the cancel religion. Alright, I mean that was still faster than doing it the normal way, so I'll take it. Yeah, I might. Actually, I didn't even think I got that, but apparently I did. So nice one. Awesome. Yeah, but they're magical iron boots, Cracker. That's the thing. They're not just any iron boots. One attempt at the star. Ah, never mind. Alright, this save I always choke the end of. Just to get out there now. Just so we're all on the same wavelength. So we are all turning the page together. Dang. I hate that jump. Ah. Also, there's something coming up on the next screen that, although it will lose me some time, I would like to showcase if I ever get there. Come on, buddy. Alright. So I want you to keep your eyes on that top right corner. In a moment. Just keep your eye on that corner when I like head over there. And think what could be hiding in there? Thanks for watching, guys. Alright, is it save 2? It is save 2. Right. So that's that. That is one of the many, many secrets in the game. I implore you to go and find them all. There are at least, well, there's actually a few secrets in each stage. For at least one. Right. So, Nova. Infinite gym boss. Not much to explain. You'll just see what it is. This attack is like pseudo aimed at you, so you want to sort of like alternate between low and up, make it a bit easier on your, well, on the kid. Thankfully nothing kills you after the phase ends, so... Well, the boss still does, but... I found that out the hard way. Alright, this is the hardest attack in the fight. Okay. Alright, nice. First try Nova. Always a pleasure. Apparently many is 251 jumps, which is exactly how many it took to beat that boss. So when it said you can jump many times, what it actually meant was 251. Alright. If I don't see one sour please in chat, I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed. So this stage has no spikes, but it does have a lot of plants. Plants are worse than spikes. I'm pleased, thank you guys. Oops. Yeah, so this stage is not too bad. This is actually like a nice, it's a nice breather after that stage. It's a lot more sort of a calmer needle. Or just platforming in general. I guess you can't really call this needle. Plant? Oh, I didn't think this one through. I'm just gonna leave that one there. But there are two screens, namely one that I struggle to no ends with. So we'll see what happens when we get there. I mean, obviously we'll first try them because, you know. But we will see. Nice. Another star we must neglect, I'm afraid. Sorry. Alright, shoutouts to Ozd for finding the skip. And also shoutouts to Kurath for not putting a save blocker there. And additional shoutouts to Nal and Sunlar for not finding that in testing. All four of you contributed to that time save. So thanks, guys. You are the best. Alright, this save can be... Actually, not this save, the next save. Oh no, wait, no, it is this save. This save can beat me a bit sometimes. As you are currently witnessing. The plant M-jump is too much to be, handled by one man. Come on. This is sort of a skip, but it feels so easy that I don't even know if that's meant to be a skip. This screen has a couple of jumps that I don't like. So I'm gonna hope we first try them. If we don't, then we'll worry about that when we get there. First one being this one. And this one. Oh, we landed. Oh, thank you. Okay. There's actually a secret on that screen, but I didn't want to show it off, partially because I want you guys to find it when you play this for yourselves, and also because it involved risking something at the end, and I kind of don't want to do that. Alright, this save is also a bit hard. The vine column in the middle, the corridor, can be a bit finicky. The ending jump used to be bad until I found a setup. Yeah. Skip here. Pretty big skip, to be honest. If I just doing like a little vine gate. Very, very different vine gate than what needle players might be used to. Alright, so we're actually coming up to the first mini-boss of the game. So, who's excited for a mini-boss? I'm just drawing out the suspense. Alright. Oh god, no BBF, no! Not like this. That doesn't bode well. Alright, so the mini-boss here is you have to fight Medusa's minions. She has 15 different waves of enemies. Many of which there are like 2 different waves of, so there's like 2 waves of beholders, there's 2 waves of like the dragonfly things. And there are some special enemies as well. I want to kill the cats before they pounce. Kill the eagle fast. Nice. Almost smashed him down. Oh, we almost got Goomba stomped. That was close. Right, so we've triggered the 3 waves now. So where it gets kind of hard. The beholders make this very, very difficult. So I want to kill one of these at least. A new wave doesn't start until you kill both of the ones in the wave that spawned it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill one from each of those, and then kill this axe guy, because he's annoying. This is actually a bit awkward. Maybe not, actually, we'll see. Okay. When did we get the second cuts? I don't even remember that. Anyway. First try minions, that's good. That's actually not all easy. And then the boss, Medusa. This boss is easy until it isn't. And you'll know when. You will see when it changes to being not so easy. It's really, really bad RNG in the middle. Just gonna wear it out. Okay. Phew. Nice. So if you're wondering why I was turning around there, Medusa is a Gorgon, and what happens when you look at a Gorgon? You turn to stone. If you look at it for too long, you just get petrified and die instantly. So you have to balance it by constantly turning around and flipping your, like, which way you're looking. It's a really, really cool gimmick for, like, or like mechanic for the boss. Fortunately, it went well. So this stage, we found the castle. I forget why we're in the castle actually. I should have brushed up on lore percent before I started this run, but yeah, we're in the castle now. For some reason. So we're doing like we're scaling the walls, which makes for some very, why is there a car beeping? Which makes some very unique platforming. So these red circles, I don't think I've touched one yet. Maybe I have. if I touch a red circle, that means I've been spotted, and something bad will happen. Although we'll see when that happens. Yeah, okay. Dude, that came out of nowhere. Okay, if a red circle hits you, depending on how long you spend inside of it, an arrow will be loosely aimed at you from either the top or the bottom, and the right or the left. So, either you get really, really lucky, or you don't touch the circles. You got one or two choices, really. I tend to bank on luck, but dude, I've done that twice now. This save actually isn't easy. Probably one of the harder saves in the stage. Ooh. Really? Yeah, I just like to hope on luck most of the time, but, you know. We'll see. I've died in that turnaround like 3 times now. Come on, old buddy. Annoyingly, you can't walk off of that, even though it looks like you can. Ooh, okay. That part is really precise, I feel, or at least very kind of clenchy, because you have to barely scrape the circles to avoid getting shot at. Which I did, thankfully. Oh, whoops. Okay, so I have a cycle that I go on here. Jump over that one. And then I wait for that, I think? Yeah, sure, why not, that worked. It's really fun playing this stage casually, because you'll be going through it not knowing what the hell you're doing, and hitting like the red circles, and every now and then you just get like a god dodge. Feels pretty good, gotta say. Alright. There's a couple of fast routes here, but it's kind of scary to do them. And I'd like to play it safe. I always get a shock when I restart this save, because you just get instantly shot at if you jump up. Yes, I'm gonna wait here. You can jump up and go immediately. Dude, what was that arrow? I'll try it once, what the hell. Oh, damn it. We won't do that. It's pretty tight on the timing. And chances are you'll get an arrow shot at you, so not worth IMO. Alright, this part right here is like really cool but weird. There's a lot of like 8-pixel like kind of ledge stuff going on, which yeah, it's just strange. It's strange to maneuver around. But it kind of fits the theme of the castle walls and all that. So it's cool. The ending jump is I didn't really prepare any family-friendly words, but that ending jump is a thing. Alright. So here we gotta get 4 switches to remove the spikes above us so we can keep on climbing. You can do 3 switches and then do some plane skips, but the planes are at a really awkward and clumsy heights. So I opt not to go for that. People keep asking when I'll do it. I will not. Bad skip, baby ridge. Alright, if you go on a good cycle here, you can just like go fast and dodge everything. Which we got, almost. Okay. Ooh. But nah, I was gonna... Nah, okay, never mind. Ignore me. This is like the hardest quarter to do. For reasons I don't know. Maybe because it takes a while. Or it's choky. Let's go with Choky. Choky's always a good reason for something being hard. Buddy. Let's wait out. Okay. 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 I don't like any of this anymore. I'm just gonna run. Okay, we don't talk about that. It's fine. All intended. Nice. Alright, this part is, again, kind of weird in terms of the structure. But again, it kind of fits the visual style of the stage. That's cool. Very cramped platforming though. A lot of shell hops needed. Especially on this last one. Nice. Hard jump down. Alright. This is what I like to call the stairway of fun. Man. If I can get up here. Okay. Dude, like none of them are... Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. I can't climb stairs though, which is the problem that we're having here. And another stairway of fun. Alright, so this stage is in two parts. The walls part, and the 5000 IQ part. How do I explain this? There are 3 layers of spikes, which I can change between at any time by pressing a button. And yeah, I mean, I guess after that it's pretty much self-explanatory. Oops. It's a lot of the ball I'm seeing in chat and I like it. Oh, damn it, that diagonal is tough. Probably because I don't set up. Gee, I wonder. Okay. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. I always forget about that, actually. Huh. Yeah, it sort of moves you like this on like the layer of the spike. It's really weird to get used to, but it's also like extremely cool. Like the best way I can put it. Oh, what am I doing? I can't figure out what to do there. Yeah, and you can choose to switch layers up or down, so you have like a choice. You can sort of like make your own struts, certain jumps. Come on. Okay. I'm sure I usually change layer there, but whatever. Alright, final screen of the stage here. Like, it's really hard to sort of describe what's happening here, so you'll just have to accept it. That's really all I can say. To grind in the muscle memory to know what the hell I'm pressing here, otherwise it's impossible for me. It kind of works, to an extent. And here... Dang. Have a first try, Baby Ridge. Alright. So for this boss I changed back to iframes, makes it a bit easier for me. So we use the gimmick in this boss. You can change between green, blue and red. You can only shoot the snake of the colour that you are, and only the bullets of that killer will actually kill you. I said killer, not colour, but you get what I mean. So it's a really cool boss. So, but I do kind of need to focus to know what I'm doing here. Alright. Nice. So, there's a bad ending you can get here, but I won't spoil it for you. I'll let you find it yourself. Obviously, I can't spoil everything. If you don't grab that key, something else happens. So yeah, I'll you know, I don't want to ruin everything. just know that something happens. Anyway, so we got the key. We are good to go now. So we gotta get the hell out of here. By the darkness being... So the darkness is chasing us, we have to leave the way we came. So we're going back through the castle halls. Thankfully without the colour switching gimmick this time, otherwise this would be like ridiculously hard. Also shoutouts to the best music in the game. Every song on the stage is amazing when it kicks in. Oops. Might be a bit slow here. Okay. Left side is best side. Prove me wrong, folks. God, gosh darn it. So this segment of the stage is only 4 screens long, where you're going back through the halls. And if you remember the order of the run, you'll know what comes, well, before the halls. It's the walls. Here you have a lot of room for freedom. There's a lot of different paths you can take. This is the one that I found works best for me. Barring like one jump, which is impossible. Which is coming up in a moment. This one. Yeah, the darkness is still chasing us here as well, worth mentioning. So you're sort of encouraged to go quickly. Ish. Come on, buddy. This is a pretty tricky jump. Damn it. Shoutouts to Esk, who is the only one who has bopped one of my stage time world records on the stage. He has a sick run, which I can't beat. Like 1 death on the stage, so one day I'll beat that maybe. Alright, so we're down the walls now. And what came before that? The skies. This part, you get your jump refreshed on a timer, which is really, really cool. Okay. Shucks. Alright, that was pretty solid. Now for the boss, the second avoidance of the game. Again, uses the infinite jump gimmick where you can only jump every given interval. If I get hit by the darkness, I don't instantly die, but it does fill up the meter, and if the meter fills, then I die. So again, I'll let you enjoy the music, because it's a good song. This is a really, really, really good boss. It's totally not because this gives me Cosmo flashbacks at all. That doesn't influence my decision at all, don't worry. Nice, no hit. Easy. And with that, that's the end of Act 2 of the game. So this is the final act, stage 9. Onwards. Uses the bubbles. You can cancel your height on the bubbles, sort of the same way you would like in like other games, or like spring mechanics. There's a fast cycle here if you go really, really quick. Alright. So I've been telling people for ages that when I run this in the marathon I'll die on this screen. This screen is really long. Okay. Okay, that can count. I'll take that. If that's gonna be my death, then I'll take that. Let's go with that one. I am completely fine with that. Tear down the doors, which lets you get to the end. But there are 3 doors, all in different levels. You've got to do 3 long trips. Basically, this save is a nightmare for speedrunners, but it's not really too difficult. It's just a choke screen. So fingers crossed. Oh, thank you. I was quite nervous about dying to that, because 1 death and that's like almost like a minute gone or something. So sorry, monkey. And you too. They just keep getting in the way. Also, I'm gonna change back to mashing here, just so I don't forget. For the next boss in the game. I usually do it at some point during stage 9, so it seems like a good time than ever. Gotta get that sick menuing optimization in. Oops. It's fine, the monkeys will be back. There's infinite. I mean, they literally dance inside the acid bogs themselves sometimes, so they're fine. Yeah, I just like forgot what to do there. Nice. Okay then. Quite strange, I thought I landed on that. Must have missed it. Alright. Look, just like there are infinite kids in this game, there are infinite monkeys. We're fine, okay? If anything, the monkeys are the enemies of Miku, so I'm actually doing justice. Or something like that. Alright. This is a nice cooldown. I get to just kind of sit here for a bit. Hope you're all having a wonderful Fangame Marathon so far. Boy, I am. Dude, we get to do it again. Awesome. So, what's everyone's favourite run so far? Out of curiosity. Anything really, really good I should watch that's happened so far? Anything you guys would recommend? Alright, sorry, back to business now. I can't talk anymore. I'm being watched. I must continue. The screen is giving us some difficulties in unexpected ways. Alright, so the skip is you full jump there without popping it, and I mean honestly that actually isn't how the skip works. The first one was meant to pop and the second one wasn't, but it kind of went the other way around. But okay. Right, so yeah, that never happened before. Gee. This is kind of a puzzly save. There's a faster way you can do this, but it's risky and I prefer not to do it. I'm gonna shoot that just to be safe. Yeah. But this is where one of the small puzzly elements come into play. There's a way you can push both up at once, but it's a little bit risky. It sort of relies on getting like perfect placements, which doesn't always happen. Oops. You did Wolfie puzzles. Alright, this is one of the other bubble screens where you just like move purely on these. These are like my favorite screens in the stage, probably. Just because moving on the bubbles is really, really fun. Controlling your jump heights. Now, wouldn't you know it, the boss uses that gimmick. Alright. Dude, never invert skip. Baby Ridge. So there's sort of a skip here as well. Get two on top of each other like that, and then just dodge that. Oh, okay. And then do that. And then here again, shoot that one, wait for that one to get to about here. And you can kind of climb up there without having to do this parts. It's worth it. If not a bit tricky sometimes. Do the monkeys. Do the monkeys. Man. I don't know if I can answer that question. This is the final screen. If the opportunity presents itself, I'll showcase it, but... I felt that was with 2 shots. Okay. Ugh. Alright. This boss is really, really cool.
Your desolation and the world's are one. An evil wind.
However, he has 2 attacks that I don't like him to do, and this is one of them.
I have been waiting.
Ideally he does either lightning, blasting nova, or the earth one, or the edict of death one. Do either winds or water, and also ideally he doesn't go to like the very, very top where you can hardly damage him. Again, ideally. Lightning is actually the best attack to get. Please leave me alone. Okay. Oh, this ball placement kind of sucks a bit. I think no damage there. Come on, old pal. I'm gonna go down and play it safe. I don't want to die again. But Wolfie, the speed. Oh my god, this guy. What a scumbag. That's fine. You little guy.
Your desolation and the world's are one. Tainted waters give me
You little guy. I didn't really know I was going with that, but I'm just gonna stick with that.
Blasting Nova.
I feel like sort of like think something else there. Ugh.
Tainted waters.
Yeah, this guy can be really, really easy. He can also be a complete scumbag, like he is today. Come on, buddy. Okay. Thank you, SRNG. Alright, that was something. Anyway. So, this stage. This is tough. There are 2... I didn't save. Okay, let's just do this without dying. Hang on. Bear with me one moment. Okay. Right. So, this stage... Did I save this time? I feel like I didn't. Anyway, I hope I did. So you can either fire... You have 3 shots per screen. And your shots can do 1 or 2 things. Fire a water bubble, like that. Or turn a spike into a solid block. So it's all about figuring out sort of how you want to use your shots on each screen. There are multiple different ways to do each screen. Although I find this screen to be the hardest screen in the stage, purely because there's a lot of hard jumps at the end that I can't, and you can't skip all of them. Like that one. Bit of a bummer. But once we get past this, we should be fine, I'd hope. That's the thing. That's the thing. Is that sometimes things like that happen. And yeah, that's the thing basically. Good. That's wonderful. Yeah, ideally that doesn't happen. Not on this screen at least. You want to get this screen over with as fast as possible, because it is kind of hard. Really? I've debated many times shooting for that jump instead, but I find the final jump harder without it. A little bit stuck on that jump. Let's see if we can power through it. Yeah, it gives you your double jump back, and it isn't water one. It's just normal jump water. Wow. X. That's taking a bit longer than usual. I did say that jump was hard though, so I guess it's living up to its name. Come on. Pepe hands. I actually have no idea what my time is at the moment because I was using live split to see what my time was, but when I got the abort secret, because I went back to the main menu, the timer like stopped and reset. So I actually have no idea how I'm doing. Oh, thank you. Christ on the bike. That has gone better. Let's just say that. That has gone better. But again, like, that is the hardest part of the entire stage, in my opinion. Alright, some of those times don't seem that likely. One of them definitely doesn't seem that likely, and one of them sounds about right, so... Thanks. Yeah, I mean, you know... This stage, for me, needle-wise, is like one of the hardest stages. Next to the final stage. So... Oh god, I can see Perez calling in chat. I'm worried. Well, I'm gonna assume it's still working, maybe. So this save is really, really long. It's actually possible to do this entire save without any shots. Basically, the 3 shots that you have are just up to you how you want to spend them and how you like which parts you struggle on the most. Oh, thank you. Cool little skip here. You just kind of do that, and you don't do the save. It's, you know, you just do that instead. Alright, this is going a lot better since that one screen, but like that pretty much summarizes the stage up in a nutshell. That screen is a lot harder than the rest for me. So again, as you can see, there are lots of different ways to do this. So I could go up top. I actually don't know how to do the top path. I tried to figure it out and couldn't do it. So we just do the bottom path. It's fine. Yes, I have a tendency towards sometimes fiction. At the worst of times. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ah, a bit too low. So this is the final screen of the stage. Again, I mean, as you've been able to tell, that one screen is just like the problem for me. Otherwise, the stage isn't too bad. Mainly because I have strats. The actual needle is still pretty tricky. But it doesn't go too badly. If you ignore that one save. Past this kind of quickly, if I can. Alright. You know, I've actually never died there. Like, genuinely, that's actually quite surprising. I've died to the final jump, because the final jump's actually not that easy. Never died to the mini spike. Alright. So you see this up here, this little like trail of sand? If we have time after the run, I'll show you what that is. But we have no time right now.
Where do you think you're going?
So,
Run if you can.
This guy.
May the desert bear
This guy kind of obliterated the run from a time perspective, but difficulty-wise, it isn't too bad. But yeah, it gets kind of scary. We have to escape, so we have to survive the platforming using the tools we've been given, like the water bullet and the water gun, whilst dodging him. If we get hit by anything, his power raises. The higher his power, the harder the jumps get. You can lower his power over time, or just by shooting him. But if you're stopping to shoot him, it also means you're not going forward. And it's really, really easy to spiral out of control if you let him get too strong. So, hopefully this goes fine. When I first learned the run, I practiced this game. This boss is my hardest boss in the game. Since then it got a lot easier, but it could still go very, very wrong. We'll see. Whoops. Okay, that's kind of bad actually. Why is this so high as well? Yeah, not very good. I really need to land that, like we did. So I've recovered a bit now. I should have stopped that sooner. Oops. Dude, that bubble is actually kind of screwing me over because I need to like use it, but it isn't despawning. Hello? Oh my god! Okay. Heart in the mouth. That has never happened before. I've never seen the floor like disappear, so I got really, really like scared. Whew. Alright. Christ on a bike. The run goes on. We didn't lose like 3 minutes. Man, that was a bit worrying. Alright, so I didn't actually have time to explain this stage because I went straight in. You might have noticed I was in the water. So in this stage we have access to a submarine. And we have to find 4 different seals and break them to open the way to the final dungeon, or the final stage, I guess you can call it. Each of these seals has a different like theme. This one is docked, as you can tell. But all the other ones are completely different as well. Nice. This is probably the longest stage in the game, purely because it has like the hub area and the 4 separate seal stages. Clutch Daddy. I like the name piece. I approve. Alright, so there's a cool little skip you can do here, thanks to the magic of Docked. You can just kind of do this. And kind of just not do that. Bear with me. You kind of... you kind of do that. That's what I was going for. Alright, good. Got there in the end. And there's one more of that kind of skip coming up on the next save. You full jump here. Do that. Shout out to Yasmat for finding that. Or at least he's the one I remember mentioning it to me. Someone else might have also mentioned it. Oh. I've never missed that before. Come on. This has actually been a pretty good docket, to be honest. Alright, so, another mini-boss, which we don't just jump into. So you've actually got to fight each of the seals. So this one, all of the seal fights are just like mini-bosses, and they have really, really simple like attacks. Just a matter of like being good at it and doing it. Missed the 2 cycle by 2 damage. You can kill it in 3 cycles. Save like a few seconds. Alright, so we're on the way to the next secret trial. Seal. That's the word. You can actually do this stage without the submarine. You can like jump around like doing it like Needle. But it's far slower. But if you're really opposed to the submarine, yeah. Alright. So this stage. Yes, no, 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 yes, no, no, yes, no, no, yes, no, no, no. So this stage, you shoot these little blocks. They fire either a solid block or an empty block. And you have to do that to get to the top. Pretty much like a puzzle. I have my methods. My methods are a notepad file and saying yes and no a billion times. Yes, no, 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 yes, no, no, no. Yes, no, no, yes, no, no, yes, no, no, no. I want to give a personalized shout out to Notepad. Yes, no, 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 yes, no, yes, no, 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 no. Yes, no, no, yes, no, no, yes, no, no, yes, no. Also, thank you to Wolfiexe for some of the strats in the stage. She helped me out. Getting some better strats down. Yes, no, 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 yes, no, no, no. Yes, no, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, no, no. So basically, Notepad and Wolfiexe are the MVPs of this stage. Alright, this screen is kind of a doozy. Yes, no, 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 yes, no, 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 no. Because of the next save. The next save is actually pretty hard. This room is tough. Fortunately, you only have to do it once, because you can change it with the blocks below. Okay. So, yes, no, 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 yes, no, yes, no, 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 yes, no. Yes, no, 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 yes, no, 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 yes, no. Legends say that if you mute the stream, you can still hear me say yes, no. Oh, please let it happen. Oh, thank you. That diamond and the ceiling shuriken are quintuple frame perfect. So it's nice to get that first try. Yes, no, no, yes, no, no, yes, no, no, yes, no, no, no. Dang. Possible left jump. Okay, good. That jump's pretty hard as well. Dude, not just frame perfects, quintuple frame perfects. So you know, it means business. Yes, no, no, yes, yes, no, no. So that's the first time we actually do yes twice. Other than this here, I guess. Ignore that one though. I don't read that one out aloud, so it doesn't count. That it is, Wolfiexe. That it is. Unfortunately, there'll be no more yes, yes, no, no this run. So this is the mini-boss for this stage, the seal. Pretty simple, just barrage. Kind of fun. Gotta go YOLO on the front platform though. Go for the Hollywood dodges. And then go for the optimized portal run. The god, okay. So we're coming up to the only not mandatory, but the only sort of secret in the game that I actually go for to help me. So down here there's a cracked wall. If you missile it, you find this guy. We'll come back to him later if we have time. But the big thing is, it restores my sub HP back to full, which helps me get to the end here. So this seal is awesome. This is the black hole seal. This is a huge amount of muscle memory. They suck you in. If you're in the air, it has a bigger pull on you than when you're on the ground. And the jumps are just weird, but like this is probably my favorite seal. Just because of how fun it is to do the maneuvers. And the final one. I always think I'm gonna die on that final jump because you're pretty much jumping inside the warp, the black hole. Alright. This part here is kind of tricky. We did the first try, that is good. That makes me glad. Happy to see that. That's like probably the hardest part of the stage for me, so I always spend a while there. I jumped too soon. Shot hop there. That's almost. I think I actually missed my jump key. I like tapped like next to it. The god. There you go. I mean, this part here, you just look at and think, oh. And to be honest, I still kind of do. But I have a strat for just about every like jump in the stage. You kind of need to, because it's just a weird stage. Nothing controls like normal when you need the black holes. Okay. And at the end here is the hardest gate jump in existence, which we got. Nice. It's like an 8 frame or something really weird. I don't know how long you hold it down for, but it's tough. Also, there's no save blocker here, which is nice. Well, it's a fairly easy save anyway. Yeah, so you'll notice I'm pressing the jump key really heavily. That's because these, like I said, they suck you in a lot harder when you're in the air. So you need to get a lot of height out your jumps to sort of resist the suck. Oh, God. Alright, and we rely on H strings a bit here. Sometimes you can walk off, and sometimes you can't. I don't really know why, but that's just kind of how it is. There you go. Again, H strings. That's, you know. Short hop for the last one. Although maybe not that short. Alright, so this one's different. You don't shoot this guy. You damage this guy in a different way. You have to lure these bullets into the portals, which can have very adverse effects sometimes. See if that actually happens though. Of course, it's on the opposite side again. Baby Ridge. Alright, that one's gonna blow up. I'm just gonna leave that one. That one's gonna blow as well. Kinda messed this up a bit. Actually, that might work out. Alright, take it. That one also might work out. Dude! Oh, that would've been so good. The god RNG. Alright. Don't you do the thing. Okay. Pretty good, pretty good. Now we go to the final seal. Which is also probably the hardest one for me. I am probably gonna die here, by the way, unless I go like... Oh, never mind. Kind of forget about the water spots. Dang. Dude, doing this area hitless, like going through this without taking a hit, is like... You need like immense, godlike skill. I mean, you don't, but you do. Pretty sure a Tass would struggle. Such a magnificent feat. Alright, whatever. We are on to the final trial. Seal. This one... This one is pretty straightforward. When you get the thingies that usually kill you don't kill you. And the thingies that you usually stand on do kill you. I hope that explanation was sufficient. This one has like the hardest jumps for me, so we'll see how this goes. I shouldn't have jumped through that. It's a cool stage though. Although I do wish the saves on the later screens were a bit more existing. But you know, it's cool. It's quite weird when you first do this to get used to like sort of how you can land on the spikes, but you get a feel for it. You sort of like know where you can stand and where you can't. So I choose to skip that one there because I feel like doing it normally is easier. This screen is really clever. It takes that good old like screen loop thing you see in Needle so much, and like adds like another layer by doing the same loop 3 times. Oh, whoops. I really like this screen. Not so much from a speedrun perspective, because it's long. But design-wise, this is really, really cool. Alright. Not bad, not bad. Alright, this screen is hard. I mean, there are 2 saves, but it's like back and forth, so you're basically doing the entire screen in one save, but twice, kinda. So, hopefully this doesn't take too long. I almost died there. Thankfully, Karath made it so you can save here, so you don't like die on the choke jump. More people should do that, I feel. More people should be like Karath. Be kind. Be kind with your choke jumps. Give the player a helping hand, just in case. Ooh, that was kind of close. Alright. And final screen. This one has a really kind of awkward ending to the final save, which I always kind of hold my breath for. Ah, damn it. That full jump is pretty tricky because you can't set it up from a hold right position or a hold left position. You just have to time it, which is a bit tricky. And then the jump after that is not easy either. That's never lucky, dude. Never lucky. Generally, if I get stuck anywhere in the stage, it's here. But you never know. Oh, good. Alright, so the boss here forces you to keep on getting these power-ups, so you have somewhere to land. If you don't get them, obviously, you won't be flipped on the right, like, polarity, I guess you could say, so you'll die to whatever is on the landing. It's a pretty cool concept for a boss. Again, it's pretty simple, because it's just the same thing. All the seal bosses just build off, like, sort of the stage concept and use it well, I think. Also, that was a bit close. Please disappear, thank you. Alright. So now, doing all 4 seals, the castle is open. We can head over there now. It's at the bottom middle, so we have to do a little bit of backtracking here. I choose to go back here, just to like restore my sub HP, just to be safe. And now we fight a very unique boss. But we don't necessarily just play as the kid. So we have a submarine. Fighting a giant squid. So I don't think I really mentioned this, but there's another button you can press to fire like a missile, which spawns in the direction that you're moving when you press the button. So it takes a bit of practice and like it's a bit awkward to try and get the missiles going in the direction that you actually want. But they do a lot of damage, if you can hit them all. Big laser attack? Oh no. So, I'm gonna go all in here, and just sit inside of him. That was maybe worth it, it's hard to say. Dude, I can't hit him. Okay, he's dead. There's no chokerinos, thank you. Alright. Yeah, smoke strats, exactly, you know it. Alright. This is the final stage. We have found the palace, or something like that. But to get inside, we have to open the gears. This segment is a kind of speedrun, in a sense. You need to beat all 4 of these screens within a certain, like, collective time limit to open the gates. If you do them even faster, you get a bonus star, which I sometimes get in speedruns anyway. But I probably won't here, just for safety reasons. Nice, I forgot they were there. Like someone said the other day, you get to see what your time loss was here, because it says the time right here. So, it's wonderful. But yeah, honestly, these screens are kind of rough, because they're all pretty long. And obviously, there's no save in between. So it's really do or die. If you die at the end, you just lose like 30 seconds. Which, at the end of a run, can really bring down your time. You said that. You probably did. I forgot now. That does sound like something you would say, Wolfiexe. Good points. I believe you. Do this one next. This is probably the hardest one for me. Okay. Good. I'm always worried about that save because it just goes on for ages. It really like makes the most of the space and like sends you like back and forth and like does lots of backtracks, so dying at the end of that loses you like a lot of time. It does for all these screens, but that one more so, I feel like. Thankfully it didn't go too badly. So apologies while I just focus on these screens. I really don't want to die if I can help it. Just because of the sheer length. I'm not sure if we're on pace to get this star here. I can't do like quick math. should be fine. That's all the hard jumps done. Nothing can kill us now. Wow, wait, she didn't die. Alright. That felt pretty fast, actually. I think we got the star. I think the star requirement is 140. And we got 134, so pretty fast. Alright, so this is the final segment of the game, platforming-wise. I don't think this actually has a name. In splits, I just call it the dynamite zone. But like, you know, call it what you're like. There's dynamite here. It is a zone, arguably. It's somewhat going fast and also somewhat a puzzle. Also, the needle in this stage is pretty tricky. So expect me to die a lot. Especially on a couple of screens coming up. Oh yeah, whoops. I sort of thought I could just like slide past that. That's not how it works. Yeah, all the time in the run I keep on saying, you know, this stage is one of the hardest, etc, etc. This stage is the hardest. Like, easily. No contest. Alright, so now we wait. Now we speed up a bit. Alright. So this is one of the first of a few tricky needle saves that has no, like, connection to the actual gimmick. Hopefully they go okay. They all take this in like the top right of the corner of the screen as well. Yeah, this screen messes me up a lot. We'll see how it goes. I moved one extra frame there, damn it. What? Can I blame V-strings? Because I haven't blamed V-strings yet. Not sure what my excuse list has left. Oh, whoops. Honestly, like, this screen is, like, just really hard, mainly this save. The ending couple of jumps can be very, very brutal. At the end of a save like this. If we get past this, we'll be good for a little while. Ah, thank you. That jump ruins days. From time to time. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say here. It's really just don't die. I just like go up moderately fast. That's basically the theme of the final stage. And also why it's kind of hard, because you're under pressure. The save is kind of like a puzzle. You have to figure out the correct like order to extinguish them in. Because only one of these dynamites actually helps you at the end. Either one will block off the exit. There you go. Alright, this screen. Or this save, I should say. The save can be a bit tricky sometimes. Depends on the day. Ah, come on, buddy. Just dodge all the spikes. Wow, I never thought of it like that. No way. Of course, got the second obligatory one frame coming up. All hail. One frame gods. And for some reason I cancelled there. I don't know why. I just did it first playthrough and now I can't not do it. Old habits die hard, I suppose. Yeah, okay. Alright. Gotta extinguish this one before I go ahead. If you don't get that one, then it will block off the ending and you can't finish the stream. So you gotta kind of stay on points. That wasn't what I was looking for, but we'll go with it. Ah, jumped too soon. Okay. Pass again. Don't die to the gates. And don't die to the nothing at the end. Okay, this save is like... this save is like my nemesis of this game. It's the only actual mandatory corner in the game. Oh my god. Okay, never mind. It's like the first time I've ever first tried that save. Ah, that's such a big relief. I don't know why, that save goes wrong so often. And for once it didn't. The Fangame Marathon blessing. I mean, let's ignore the fact that stage 3 was abysmal. Because that's not important. The man is we did that jump. First try. This ending jump here is just... I don't know, man. Oh, yeah. The explosions kill you, by the way. Not sure if I mentioned that. So I figured I'd demonstrate it. just so everyone's clear. Because otherwise, you know, you might not have known that a giant TNT stuck explosion actually does kill you. I believe this is the second to last stream, so we're almost at the end now. Or the final boss. And if you thought all the skips in this game were over, do I have a surprise for you? Because the skips haven't stopped yet. Gotta get rid of this one though before we go on. Oh, you little devil. It actually dodged me twice. What a god. Why is nothing playing TIS? Try this again. If this fuse can dodge me this time. Alright, nice, dude. Insane. Etc. Oh, you. Oh, you. And you good old not pressing the jump key when you need to. Oh, gee. Oh. It's alright. It's fine to kind of tilt on Needle at this point because we're almost done anyway, so... Needle-wise, we're not in too much of a predicament. We're sort of getting there now. We just gotta ride it out. Dude, same Walsk. Alright. Let's try this again. Let's actually land this time and make it a bit easier. Well, actually that's debatable, but whatever. So this is the final platforming screen of the game. Good first save. So, the second save. So normally, you get that and then go around and chase the fuse and do all the stuff. But in speedruns, we wait. And then when we get buried alive, we just kind of leave with it. Wolfiexe found that skip. Thank you, Wolfiexe. So you might notice we're Miku again now. The game requires you to be as Miku, all the other Vocaloids at the end. So this is the final boss, in 2 parts. Right, so the first part. There are 4 crystals that block the exit, or the entrance, sorry, to the final boss. So we have to destroy all the crystals first. try and focus here so I don't die on it, because I die here all the time in PBs. I need to like fix it. So you can do these 4 things in any order, but the order in which you do them would make them harder. So if I did this last, for example, this would be a lot harder than it is now. There'd be more bullets going on, there's just more stuff. So it's all about finding the order that works for you, like what you feel like good at. Alright. Also, you have 4 lives in this segment, which correspond to the 4 Vocaloids. You might have noticed when I entered this, dang, there were like 4 warps, 4 like little doorways. They're actually minigames. If you do the minigames, you unlock a special ability for each Vocaloid, which makes this fight easier. But I do it without any of the power-ups. Mainly because it's faster. I don't have time to grind minigames and power-ups in a speedrun. But if I have time, I'll show you those after the run. Those are actually pretty cool. So 1 more shot and this guy will die. Okay. Now we go on the final one. This one is hard. You have to find the correct crystal. This is given away by 2 things. So when you kill the statue, it reveals the correct one. Alternatively, one of them glows very, very slightly and reveals the correct one. It's really, really faint, kind of hard to see. I choose to kill this guy in the first one because it's too hard to read and look at the crystals at the same time. But for the rest, I just look at which crystal is glowing slightly. It's not even a glow. There we go, that one. And that one, perfect. So what it is the sprite has a slight animation with like a slight glint, and that reveals which one the real crystal is. Fortunately, I got really good RNG because they were close to me at the ends. And this is the final boss. This is the portal which spawns all the kids that everyone likes to play, and that will be used for the remainder of the marathon. If you have a run in this marathon, you may be playing as one of these kids. Unless I've killed your kid, in which case I apologize. Also sour, please. So depending on how fast you do the crystal segments, the portal actually has less HP. If you do the crystal segment really fast, the portal will have a lot less HP than it usually will do, so you can end the fight quicker. In this case, I actually did a pretty quick crystal segment, so I'll skip an attack or 2. See if we can get a no-hit on this, that would be a cool way to end it. Don't. Ooh. These lining things are too close to make a gate, which can go right through you. And you don't want that. Ideally. Alright, get ready on time. As soon as this dies. No. And that is time. So that was the final boss. And we have a nice little credit sequence here. So enjoy the little epilogue. It's quite a nice little story. Also with a very nice ending. If I have some extra time to kill, I can show off some things I'd like to show off, but I'm not sure what my time was, because my live split crushed. But I'll let this play
Wolfie.
out. Hi, Wolsk. Whoa, you're here. Hello.
Your time was a 2:22:08, so you are doing just
Okay.
fine on time.
222.
Lots of filler.
Alright, alright. That's not bad. I
So you
actually
can go
expected
ahead and
worse.
have fun.
Yeah. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. So,
Congrats on the run.
thanks. That was a fun run. A bit shaky at the start, but it got better. Yeah, yeah, this is the ending. I don't know if I just missed when this happened, but I don't think anybody ever actually made this review, which I was quite disappointed about. Although, probably also for the best. Yeah. I'm just gonna let this play out for a little bit. Can't change the rating, which is a shame. And the worst bit of all is that you think it's gonna overlap with the press S to continue text. Like it even like, you know, draws you in. But like it even baits you by doing a short line and then stopping, so you don't even get to see that. It's just the worst. You kinda get baited. So yeah. So that's the main game of Ocean Princess. Hopefully sometimes when you skip the credits the game kinda crashes. It didn't this time. Right, so this is post game. Keeps track of how many stars you've collected. Again, there are 40 stars. If you collect 20, you unlock this thing here. I'll show you that in a moment. But first of all, I'll show you what the minigames were, which you won't have seen because I didn't do them. Oops, that's not how we do it. So if I go back into the hub here, there are 4 portals here. If you want to make that boss fight easier, there are 4 minigames you can play. Doing them with a certain score gets you an ability, which I can demonstrate like this. So Rin's is that. You might recognize some of the music. This is Miku's. This is Luca's. And this is Gumi's. Yeah, so they work offensively and defensively. It's a pretty cool idea if you're struggling on the boss and you want to make this a bit easier. So the Miku one, I suck at, by the way. I'm not going to play this for very long. It's basically like a... How do I shoot? Oh, it's Z. Oh yeah. It's just one of these. You can get power-ups as you go, to make like your radius bigger, like your bullet timer, stuff like that. It's pretty fun. I am terrible at this, but I encourage you to try because it's really cool. Yeah. This one, you know those labyrinth games where you have to like tilt the box and like put like a ball like to the end? This is that, but you use your cursor and imagine it as like a box that's tilting. You have to kind of guide Luca to the end, using the cross as the middle. In the middle is like reference, and like the bars on the sides. This is probably the easiest one to get the power up for, in my opinion. And you do get a defensive ability as a result, so it's worth doing, I'd say. This one, yeah, this one's fun, and also kind of alarming. Rin just shoots everyone down, basically. She gets a shield, she can jump, and it can only be stopped by the cops. So, yeah. It's like an endless runner. Just see how far you can get. If you get a certain score, you unlock her ability. If you get an even higher score, you unlock the bonus star. So yeah, again, all of these can be done to get little power-ups to make the final boss a bit easier. Pretty fun. And this one, who likes golf? Because knowing the Fangame community, I'm pretty sure a lot of us like golf. So I have the minigame for you. Fortunately, I'm terrible at golf. But Gumi Golf is your answer to morph golf in Fangames. There are 8 holes, I think. yeah, again, none of this is required. I mean, I didn't do any of this in the run, but if you want to make the final boss a bit easier, you can do this and get some power-ups. I mean, you can do them and not even use the power-ups. It's just completely up to you. You need a nice little scorecard with doing the pause. So yeah, it's fun. Even moving obstacles. So yeah, you get a lot of cool stuff to do in here. So I'll show you... I'm sure some of you are curious as to what our old friend Patrick was doing in this ocean. Let's go and find out. So some of you might be able to know, I'll figure this out, as to which Fangame member this is a reference to. Hey little girl, even though I'm playing as the kid. I'm Patrick. Want to play a game? Sure. Let's play some Guitar Hero. You even get a nice little Guitar Hero sprite down here. So, if you ever want to play Guy Rock on Guitar Hero in a really easy way, he's a good chance. He is your best bet. I do all of this, but honestly, it goes on for like 5 minutes. It's such a long song. But yeah, if you would like to go and hang with Patrick and Guitar Hero 3, then, you know, he's there in the ocean. Also, another one that I said I'd mention. Might have remembered I said this little shower up here indicates something. So, let's climb. I'll just say now, when I first found the secret, I really wasn't sure if there was any end to this. But there is. It ends eventually. Of course, only the elites can make it to the top. You gotta really try. Oh. Nice. I'm actually not like, there's actually one person I kind of hope does see this, because I don't think I've actually seen this before. And it is directly related to them. So, any moment now. I don't know how many, I want to say this is like 20 screens. Okay, I almost couldn't reach that. But the climb is worth it. Of course, as any climb is. No. Okay, I somehow like went back immediately. Nice. The god. So, this is the shrine. And I will show you that in 1 moment when I just when I get up there. Dude. We're gonna do this, whether you like it or not. Welcome, pilgrim, to the Temple of Testers. These are the deities who are said to have helped shape the very world we live and breathe in. So this is Sunblar, who is one of the main testers of the game, the one who works in the lights. He came first and helped guide the way of the Creator. And on the opposite end, High Priest of Nawa, the one who works in the dark. He came second and helped chisel the finest features of the lands. So this is the Tester Shrine. It's pretty cool. It's a nice little secret. So if you want to make your pilgrimage to the Tester Shrine, be sure to catch your ticket here. Alright. Couple more things I'll show real fast if we still have time. So if you're playing this yourself, and you like to find secrets, but you don't like the idea of checking like every random thing. In this screen in the game, down here, I notice there's something here. This is a book of secrets. This gives clues as to every Easter egg and secret in the game. There's at least one secret in every stage. Some stages have two. Yeah, and they're all clues. You can usually guess what it is. You know, it's like a bit of figuring out, but it gets you like an idea of where to look. So the one I just did there, for example, the pilgrim thing, it was, before the longest journey lies an alternate path, a pilgrimage to the lords above. So the longest journey was the boss, because it's a journey, distance travelled. So before that, there's an alternate path. So it's really cool trying to figure them out. There's yeah, and then there's one for this one. There's a book. You are awfully close to it. Didn't click the star. I can also showcase the star. The star is an interesting one. You might notice in this stage there are these like little shooting stars in the backgrounds. These little comets. If you press one, something happens. Would you ever press one normally? No. But if I can actually click one, that happens. you die as well, because it was like a supernova. But yeah. If anyone finds that without being told to click it, I mean, it's kind of harder now that I've told everyone, but it's... Alright, and lastly, I won't show you any more secrets, but I'll show you what this bonus star is, like on my main file. So what it is, this is I think one of the coolest features of the game, is the boss modifier mode. You can turn up the difficulty of every boss in the game to different modifiers, and compete for like... Wow! You can compete for the highest level. Dude, last time I saw this you had like an 81. Wow. Yeah, and turning up the number makes the boss harder. It adds RNG, it makes it more dense or faster or whatever. God damn it, again. Alright, congrats Eki on taking the Vault Vipers back. Yeah, so it's fun. It's like a little leaderboard thing for all the bosses. I used to have a lot of these, and then people started playing it, and now I have less. But it's really fun. A good example of how they change. This is kind of an extreme measure. But if you remember this boss, the arcane block, you might remember this. Pretty reasonable. Well, if I ramp it up to level 35, it's less reasonable. just like a little bit. So, you know, you can kind of go a bit crazy on some of them. Some of them scale a lot harder than others. But it's really like kind of your like freedom to like find which ones scale better than others. Like Medusa, for example, on 25 is really hard, whereas the Terror of the Trench on like 105 is not too bad. Well, it is bad, but you know, it's doable. So yeah, it's a really, really cool bonus mode, I think. Yeah, it's a good incentive to go for the stars. It'll be something fun to do after the game's over. And lastly, each stage has a scoreboard for the time, deaths, jumps, and movements. My PB on this is actually broken because I lost my save file and I had to get like a fixed one, but yeah. It tells you like the best ones for each stage. A is because it's destroyed stage 8. It's so hard to beat. Dude, we actually got a PB on stage 12. So Fangame Marathon 2018 is immortalized for the time being on stage 12. So I'll have to try not to beat that. just to keep that there. So that's cool. And done that as well, apparently. Huh. Really? Yeah. But yeah. There's a ton of like content in this game. I can't really like overstate how much stuff there is. So yeah, I would really recommend playing. if you haven't already. It is worth your time. And I've sunk I don't know how many hours into doing like boss mods just for fun. And some people, other people have as well apparently, because wow, 101 trap chamber, that is insane.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
that's about all. So
thank you, Wolfie, for all of that wonderful bonus content and congrats on the run.
all right,
It was a
thank
nice
you for
run.
having me. It was fun.
Great way to start the marathon.
I'm glad it went okay and didn't disconnect or die at a boss or something. Good. Alright.
Right. So we are going to head off and we will get ready with the next run, which will be Make a Good Mega Man Level Contest 2. And it's a race. So it'll be sick. Sure to
Nice.
stick around. We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Catch you later, guys.